Have you ever wondered what your body will be like in 10 years, or even in 20 or 30 years? The truth is, no one likes to feel limited by their own muscles or joints, and no one wants to rely on others for simple daily tasks. If there's one thing I've learned over the past decades helping people stay active and healthy, it's that small daily decisions make all the difference in the future. What you do with your body today determines your mobility, strength, and quality of life in the years to come. And the best part is, you don't need expensive equipment or a gym to build a strong and resilient body. If you think you need to spend hours training to see results, I want to show you that's not true. With the right exercises, you can strengthen your muscles, improve your posture, prevent joint pain, and boost your energy. This means you can keep doing what you love: traveling, playing with your grandchildren, walking without discomfort, practicing sports, or simply living with freedom. In this complete guide, I'll show you 9 essential exercises that will transform your strength, stability, and endurance. And I want you to pay close attention until the end, because the last exercise is one of the most comprehensive ones out there, yet almost no one does it. So stay with me and start building a stronger body for the future today. Exercise 1, Diamond Push-Up. If there's one exercise you can't ignore, it's the Diamond Push-Up. Over the years, many people notice that their arms start to lose firmness and become flabbier. This is completely normal, as our bodies go through natural changes in muscle composition as we age. We lose lean mass more quickly if we don't properly stimulate our muscles. But the good news is that this loss can be minimized, and even reversed, with simple exercises like the Diamond Push-Up. If you've noticed this flabbiness or want to prevent it, this is one of the best movements to keep your triceps strong and well defined. Additionally, the Diamond Push-Up activates the inner chest muscles and intensely engages the core, those deep abdominal muscles that provide stability to the body. When you strengthen your core, you improve stability, prevent lower back pain, and even enhance your posture. Many of the back pains we experience daily come precisely from a lack of strength in the core and the stabilizing muscles of the spine. Performing this exercise correctly makes all the difference in your results and in injury prevention, so pay close attention to the step-by-step guide. First, the starting position. Begin in a traditional push-up position, but bring your hands closer together under your chest, forming a diamond shape with your thumbs and index fingers. This means your thumbs should touch and your index finger should also touch, creating a triangular shape on the floor. Second, the controlled descent. As you lower your body, keep your elbows close to your torso. Your goal is to bring your chest as close to your hands as possible. If this is difficult, reduce the range of motion and gradually increase it over time. Third, the powerful ascent. Push back up while maintaining control of the movement. Many people make the mistake of rushing the ascent without properly engaging their muscles, which reduces the exercise's effectiveness. The key is to push up with control, fully activating your triceps and chest. It may seem simple, but the muscle activation in this variation is much higher than in a traditional push-up. Now, let's talk about common mistakes that many people make, which can hinder their results. One of the most common mistakes is arching the back. This overloads the lower back and reduces core engagement. To avoid this, keep your abs tight and your body aligned. Another mistake is letting the elbows flare out. This shifts the focus away from the triceps and can strain the shoulders. Keep your elbows close to your body. It's also important to avoid quick, uncontrolled movements. To truly strengthen the muscles, lower yourself slowly and push up with power, but without rushing. If it's too difficult at first, don't worry. You can do a modified version by keeping your knees on the floor until you gain enough strength for the full version. With time and practice, you'll notice a huge difference in the firmness of your arms and your overall body strength. Another thing worth mentioning is breathing. Many people unknowingly hold their breath during exercises, which can interfere with execution. The ideal approach is to inhale while lowering and exhale while pushing up, ensuring an efficient oxygen flow to the muscles. This technique not only improves performance, but also reduces fatigue, allowing you to complete more repetitions without losing movement quality. Additionally, muscle recovery is an essential factor for those who want to see consistent results. When you perform the Diamond Push-Up, you create small micro tears in the muscle fibers, which regenerate and become stronger. But for this regeneration to occur, the body needs time and proper nutrients. In other words, if you're training regularly, you also need to ensure you're eating well and getting enough rest. Including high-quality proteins in your diet, such as eggs, chicken, fish, and legumes, can accelerate this process and help your muscles become stronger and more resilient. Now, speaking of variations, if you've already mastered the Diamond Push-Up and want an extra challenge, you can try doing it on unstable surfaces such as a Basu ball or balance cushion. This will further engage your core muscles and require a higher level of coordination. Another interesting variation is the explosive diamond push-up, where you push off the ground with enough force to lift your hands off the floor with each repetition. This type of exercise develops muscle power, which is crucial for maintaining agility and quick reflexes as you age. The most important thing of all is to maintain consistency. Many people start working out but give up after a few weeks because they don't see immediate results. The truth is that the body takes time to adapt, and it's the daily repetition that builds strong muscles and a healthy body. So instead of focusing only on the short term, think about how this exercise can impact your quality of life over the years. Imagine being able to carry heavy grocery bags effortlessly, get up from the couch without difficulty, or even feel more confident wearing clothes that highlight your toned arms. That's the real benefit of staying active. So have you tried the diamond push-up yet? If not, how about starting today? If it's challenging at first, don't get discouraged. Start with a few repetitions and progress at your own pace. And remember, every repetition counts, and the effort you put in today will ensure a much healthier and more energetic future. Now let's move on to the next exercise, which will work on strength, mobility, and balance all at once. Exercise 2, Spider-Man Push-Up. If you're looking for an exercise that builds strength, mobility, and balance all at once, the Spider-Man Push-Up is ideal. This movement not only strengthens the arms and chest, but also intensely engages the core muscles, helping to stabilize posture and prevent lower back pain. This is essential because, as we age, mobility and balance tend to decline, and this exercise helps combat those effects. Additionally, since it involves dynamic movement, it enhances motor coordination, which is crucial for everyday activities. You may have noticed that over time, some activities that once seemed easy start requiring more effort. It could be something simple, like climbing a flight of stairs without losing your breath, or bending down to tie your shoes without feeling discomfort in your lower back. This happens because we lose flexibility and strength when we don't properly stimulate the body. The problem is that many people only realize this loss when it has already begun to affect their quality of life. But the good news is that this deterioration is not inevitable. With the right exercises like the Spider-Man push-up, you can keep your body strong, agile, and balanced for much longer. To perform this exercise correctly, start in a standard push-up position. As you lower your body, bring your right knee toward your right elbow. Return to the starting position and repeat on the other side. This detail of bringing the knee up intensifies the engagement of the abdominal and oblique muscles, creating a more complete and functional workout. What makes this exercise so powerful is that it mimics a movement pattern we use in daily life. Think about it. How often do you move asymmetrically, like when stepping onto a higher surface or reaching for something far away? When you train with the Spider-Man push-up, you're preparing your body for these real-life challenges, making it more efficient and resilient. Now, here are some key tips to avoid mistakes. A common mistake is allowing the hips to sag toward the floor during the movement. This not only reduces core engagement, but can also cause discomfort in the lower back. To prevent this, keep your abs tight and your body straight at all times. Imagine a straight line running from your heels to your head. This alignment is crucial to avoiding excess strain on the spine. Another frequent mistake is trying to perform the movement too quickly. Many people focus on the number of repetitions, but this can compromise the quality of the exercise. The ideal approach here is to prioritize proper form and controlled movement. By lowering yourself slowly and consciously bringing your knee toward your elbow, you activate more muscle fibers and maximize the benefits of the exercise. If it's too difficult at first, reduce the number of repetitions and gradually increase as you gain strength and confidence. You can start with a regular push-up and slowly add the Spider-Man movement. A good alternative for beginners is to perform the exercise with knees on the floor until you feel strong enough for the full version. Now, if you already have a good level of strength and want to make the exercise more challenging, you can try the Spider-Man push-up with a small explosive component. This means that as you bring your knee up, you pause briefly and then quickly return to the starting position. This variation adds an element of muscle power, further increasing the benefits of the exercise. Speaking of benefits, it's important to highlight how this exercise can improve posture and even reduce chronic pain. Many people suffer from back pain because they spend hours sitting in improper positions, which weakens the core muscles and shortens the hip flexors. Since the Spider-Man push-up specifically targets these areas, it helps correct this imbalance, promoting better alignment and preventing future discomfort. Additionally, this exercise also enhances muscular endurance. Unlike isolated movements that target only one muscle group, the Spider-Man push-up engages multiple muscles at once. This means you not only build strength but also develop endurance, which is essential for maintaining energy throughout the day. After all, no one wants to feel exhausted after a walk or have to take constant breaks to catch their breath. Another advantage of this exercise is that it requires very little space and no equipment. You can practice it anywhere, in your bedroom, living room, backyard, or even while traveling. This makes it much easier to maintain a consistent exercise routine without relying on a gym or fancy machines. And as always, consistency is the key to seeing real results. Doing the Spider-Man push-up once a week won't bring significant changes. The ideal approach is to incorporate it into your routine at least 3 times a week, combining it with other exercises for a balanced workout. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried the Spider-Man push-up? If you've never done it before, how about giving it a try today? Remember to start slowly, listen to your body, and gradually increase the intensity. If you've already tried it, let me know in the comments how your experience was. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to do so now and turn on notifications. That way, you'll receive more content like this and continue progressing on your journey to health and well-being. Now let's move on to the next exercise, which will help you strengthen your shoulders and improve your mobility. Exercise 3, Pike Push-Up. Now let's talk about an exercise that can completely transform your shoulder strength and mobility. If there's one part of the body that many people neglect without realizing, it's the shoulders. We only notice how essential they are when we feel stiffness while trying to reach something on a high shelf or experience discomfort when carrying a heavy object. Over time, it's common to lose shoulder mobility, which can lead to limited range of motion and even chronic discomfort. This is where the Pike Push-Up comes in, an extremely effective exercise for strengthening this area and keeping your shoulders healthy. This exercise is a variation of the traditional push-up, but with a much greater focus on the deltoids, the muscles responsible for providing strength and support to the shoulder joint. Additionally, the Pike Push-Up also engages the core and upper back, helping to improve posture and prevent lower back pain. What many people don't realize is that shoulder health is directly linked to spinal alignment and trunk muscle balance, so strengthening this area benefits the entire body. To perform this exercise correctly, start in a push-up position and lift your hips, forming an inverted V shape with your body. Your head should be between your arms and your hips should be the highest point. From this position, lower yourself slowly by bending your elbows and bringing your head toward the ground. Then push yourself back up to the starting position. It may seem simple, but the key to this movement is controlled execution and body alignment. Many people make the mistake of lowering too quickly, without control, which can overload the shoulders and reduce the effectiveness of the exercise. The ideal approach is to go slowly, feeling the effort and keeping the muscles engaged throughout each repetition. Another common mistake is placing the hands too far forward, which shifts the focus away from the shoulders and turns the exercise into a variation of the traditional push-up. To ensure proper deltoid activation, your hands should be aligned with your shoulders when you are in the inverted V position. If you've never done this exercise before, you might find it a bit challenging at first, but don't give up. One way to make it more accessible is to elevate your hands on a slightly higher surface, like a bench or step. This reduces the load on the shoulders and allows you to adapt to the movement before attempting the traditional version. Now, if you already have a good level of strength and want to make the Pike Push-Up more challenging, you can elevate your feet on a higher surface, such as a couch or bench. This shifts even more weight onto your shoulders, increasing the difficulty of the exercise. Another interesting variation is the explosive Pike Push-Up, where you push off the ground with enough force to lift your hands off the floor for a moment. This version builds muscle power and can be an excellent addition for those who practice sports requiring upper body explosiveness. One of the biggest advantages of the Pike Push-Up is that it can replace shoulder exercises with weights for those who don't have access to a gym or equipment. If you've ever tried a dumbbell shoulder press and liked it, you'll notice that the Pike Push-Up provides a very similar effect using only your body weight. Now, let's talk about the benefits of this exercise beyond muscle strengthening. The Pike Push-Up also improves shoulder mobility, which is essential for preventing long-term injuries. Many people suffer from stiff shoulders, especially those who spend a lot of time in front of a computer or driving. This type of posture shortens some muscles and weakens others, creating imbalances that can lead to pain and limited movement. Regular practice of this exercise helps correct these imbalances by stretching and strengthening the muscles at the same time. And there's more. The Pike Push-Up also improves blood circulation in the shoulder and neck area, helping to relieve accumulated tension. If you've ever felt that stiffness in your shoulders after a long day, try doing a few repetitions of this exercise and see how the relief is almost immediate. Speaking of progression, if you're just starting out, you can include the Pike Push-Up in your workout 2 to 3 times per week. Start with a few repetitions, always focusing on movement quality. As you gain strength, increase the number of repetitions and try more advanced variations. Remember that consistency is what brings lasting results, so the key is to maintain a regular workout routine. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried the Pike Push-Up? If not, how about testing it today? If it feels difficult at first, start slowly and progress at your own pace. If you already practice this exercise, let me know in the comments how your experience has been. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to do so now and activate notifications. That way, you'll receive more content like this and keep progressing on your health and wellness journey. Now, let's move on to the next exercise, which will help you correct muscle imbalances and strengthen both sides of your body in a balanced way. Exercise 4, Archer Push-Up. Now that we've strengthened the triceps, shoulders, and core, it's time to talk about an exercise that will help balance the strength of both sides of the body. Many people don't realize it, but throughout life, we develop small differences in strength between the right and left sides. This happens because we always have a dominant side, whether for writing, carrying bags, or even getting up from a chair. Over time, these differences can become more noticeable and may even cause pain or injuries. This is where the Archer Push-Up comes in, an exercise that works one arm at a time, ensuring a more balanced development. This movement is also excellent for those who want to gain strength in the chest and shoulders without needing equipment. If you've ever tried a one-arm push-up and found it difficult, the Archer Push-Up is a great intermediate step to build enough strength before getting there. Additionally, it improves coordination and body control, making the workout even more functional. To perform this exercise correctly, start in a push-up position, but with your hands wider than shoulder width apart. As you lower your body, shift your weight to one side, almost fully extending the opposite arm, then return to the center and repeat on the other side. The key here is to keep the movement controlled and avoid excessive hip rotation. A common mistake in this exercise is failing to distribute weight properly. Some people end up just bending their elbows without actually shifting the load to one side at a time. To ensure you're doing it correctly, imagine sliding laterally toward the side you're working on as if you were pulling a bow, hence the name Archer. Another mistake is letting the hips drop too much or losing posture while trying to compensate for the difficulty. If you're a beginner, start with your hands less spread apart and gradually increase the range as you gain strength. You can also do the version with your knees on the floor until you feel more comfortable with the movement. If you already have a higher level of strength, you can try the Archer Push-Up with your feet elevated to increase difficulty, or even progress to the one-arm push-up in the future. This is one of the best ways to build arm strength while stabilizing the core muscles at the same time. Exercise 5, Mike Tyson Push-Up. Now let's talk about an exercise named after one of the greatest boxers of all time. If you want explosiveness, endurance, and strength, the Mike Tyson Push-Up is the perfect choice. This movement combines elements of push-ups and agility, demanding a lot from the arms, chest, and core. Additionally, it also improves hip mobility, which is essential for maintaining a functional and pain-free body. To perform this exercise correctly, start in a traditional push-up position, but with your feet supported against a wall or an elevated surface. As you lower your body, push yourself backward, bringing your knees toward your chest, and then quickly return to the starting position. This movement adds an explosive component to the exercise, recruiting even more muscle fibers and increasing overall fitness. A common mistake is letting the hips rise too much during the movement, which reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. To avoid this, keep your core engaged and perform the movement in a controlled manner. If it's too difficult at first, practice just the push-up portion before adding the dynamic knee movement. Exercise 6, Bulgarian Split Squat. Now that we've worked on the upper body, it's time to focus on the legs. The Bulgarian Split Squat is one of the best exercises for developing lower body strength and improving balance. Unlike the traditional squat, it requires greater muscle control since you must stabilize yourself on one leg. To perform this exercise correctly, stand with your back to a bench or chair and place one foot on the elevated surface. Then, slowly lower yourself with your front leg, keeping your torso upright and your knee aligned with your toes. After that, push back up, controlling the movement. This exercise strengthens the thighs and glutes, while also helping prevent knee pain. A common mistake is leaning the torso too far forward or letting the knee extend too far past the toes. To prevent this, focus on posture and maintain slow, controlled movements. If needed, hold onto a wall or support for balance. Over time, you'll notice significant improvements in your leg strength and stability. Exercise 7. Plank with leg raises. This exercise works the abs, lower back, and glutes simultaneously. The plank is already known as one of the best core movements, but adding leg raises increases the challenge even further. To perform this exercise correctly, get into a plank position with your forearms on the ground and your body in a straight line. Then lift one leg at a time while keeping your torso stable. The key here is to prevent your hips from sagging and to keep your core engaged throughout. Exercise 8. Reverse lunge with knee drive. If you want to strengthen your legs and improve coordination, this exercise is perfect. The reverse lunge targets the thigh and glute muscles, while the knee drive adds an extra challenge for balance. To perform it, step one leg backward and lower your body until your knees form a 90-degree angle. Then, push back up, bringing your back leg's knee toward your chest before repeating the movement. Exercise 9. Modified burpee. To finish this list on a high note, we have the modified burpee. This exercise is one of the most complete because it works the entire body and improves overall fitness. It combines a squat, a push-up, and a jump, activating the muscles in the legs, arms, and core. To perform it, start standing, squat down, and place your hands on the ground. Then extend your legs back, perform a push-up, and return to the starting position with a small jump. If it's too difficult at first, you can eliminate the jump or perform the push-up on your knees. Now that you know the 9 essential exercises for a strong and functional body, I want to hear from you. Which one was your favorite? Have you tried any of these? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take a moment to do so now and turn on notifications. That way you'll receive more content like this and keep progressing on your health and fitness journey. Remember, consistency is the key to seeing results. Choose some of these exercises, practice them regularly, and enjoy the benefits of a stronger, healthier, and more energetic body.